We are in Acts 16, verse 4, and we're on the second missionary journey with Paul and Silas, and now they've got Timothy on board. And he's going to repeat to them what the Council of Jerusalem decided. And he doesn't go into the great detail. We're just going to kind of review it again. As they went on their way through the cities, they delivered to them for observance the decisions that had been reached by the apostles and elders who were in Jerusalem. They went through the cities, and the Christians with the who were Gentiles, they wanted to let them know what the decisions were. Acts 15, 28, 29, four things. They said, it seemed good to the Holy Spirit and to us to lay upon you no greater burden than these essentials. The Holy Spirit doesn't burden people. That you may abstain from things sacrificed to idols, from blood, from things strangled, and from sexual immorality. Remember, the Gentiles had laws regarding murder and theft, etc., but this was in addition to those community laws, and this was for the Christians to observe. All of these laws attacked the foreign pagan worship, and that's, I think, important for us to understand. They weren't trying to add new laws. They were trying to keep them from going back to their pagan worship. The meat sacrificed to idols, abstain. And this there's one word for this, and it's basically idolatry, and it's used 9 times in the New Testament, and always in the context of eating food that was for a pagan temple. That's like participating with the pagan temple. Second thing, abstain from blood. This does not refer to eating meat with blood, which comes up in the next prohibition as far as how to deal with meat, but ingesting blood itself, drinking the blood, sacrificing an animal or whatever, and then drinking the blood. Now, this was considered an abominable act to drink the blood of a sacrifice, and in the later on, we're going to see that in pagan worship, they often mixed blood with a thing called pharmakia. That's a fancy Greek word. We get the word pharmacy from it. They mix drugs. So actually the use of drugs and witchcraft go kind of hand in hand. Abstain from things sacrificed or things strangled. Animals were in pagan temples were usually killed by cutting the throat, but strangulation was also known to have been used. This is an inhumane way of killing an animal, and contrary to the spirit of the Torah, the law itself. While in the Torah, the law prohibited eating blood, there was nothing in the written scriptures describing exactly how an animal was to be slaughtered. There are some medical groups that come along and tell us about the bad side effects of strangulation. Finally, from fornication, and this is the word porneia, or we get the word pornography from that. The word porneia, however, is associated with the pagan temples and the temple prostitutes, which were commonly used in practice. So these prohibitions were later spelled out in the New Testament scriptures, even more detail.